Tonight on Live at 5, surveillance footage captures a man stealing a TV from a Wisconsin Rapids church.
Save a life. It could be your own.
New statewide watches for drunk drivers. Wausau police tell you what you can expect on area roads. And quarterback Tom Brady faces off in federal court on the Deflategate dispute.
From WAOW, all your coverage in stunning high definition. Newsline 9 at 5. Your trusted resource.
A former president is diagnosed with cancer. Good evening, I'm Melissa Langdon. Jimmy Carter says he has cancer and will undergo treatment at an Atlanta hospital. Carter is 90 years old and earlier this month had surgery to remove a small mass in his liver. He says the surgery revealed the cancer. Carter served as the 39th president. He says when he learns more next week, he will share those details. And there is breaking news in Wisconsin as police are searching for a man they believe is missing in a lake. The Shawano County Sheriff's Department says that a fishing boat was found floating on Lily Lake without anyone on board. A 79-year-old man is known to use that boat often. The man's spouse has been away the last couple of days and has not had contact with him. Authorities have been searching since 11 o'clock this morning on Lily Lake. A television stolen from a Wisconsin Rapids church in broad daylight. It is a crime that many might find hard to believe. Newsline 9's Max Gordon has been following this story for us and joins us now in studio. Max.
Members of Saints Peter and Paul Church told me today actually donated in memory of a member of the parish who passed away. The crime occurred Friday afternoon, and around 1 in the afternoon, security camera footage shows the suspect simply walking into the church, then walking out with the television. When I spoke with church officials, they said they couldn't fully understand why anyone would want to steal from a church.
You know, obviously he was motivated by something, and to be able to steal from a church must mean that they're in a lot of trouble.
Police told me the investigation is still ongoing. However, they were able to tell me that they believe the suspect is someone from the Wisconsin Rapids area. If you have any information on the theft, the Wisconsin Rapids Police Department wants you to contact Wood County Crime Stoppers. Coming up at 6, we'll have more details on this theft. In the studio, Max Gordon, Newsline 9.
Thanks, Max. And we have new information on an ATV crash yesterday in the township of Easton. The Marathon County Sheriff's Department reports that a 15-year-old was driving an ATV. Emergency crews airlifted him to St. Joseph's Hospital with serious injuries. Now, the driver of a motor vehicle that was involved was a 71-year-old man. Reports show that he had no injuries. A national campaign has the Wausau, Cronenwetter, and Rothschild police departments teaming up, and their goal is to crack down on drunk driving. Newsline 9's Emily Thornton live in Wausau, and she has more for us on this. Emily.
Starting next week, there will be a few more officers out on the road, and they hope that it'll make you think twice before getting behind the wheel after having a few drinks.
Save a life. It could be your own.
That's the message the Wausau, Rothschild, and Cronenwetter police departments are pushing this month.
The goal is to make people think twice before they decide to drive after having consumed too much alcohol.
It's part of a national campaign called Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over.
One person is killed in a drunk driving crash every 52 minutes in the United States.
Officers say it is a problem across the country.
We identify that this is not just a problem for Wausau, it's a problem for all of our communities nationwide.
But officials here in Wisconsin say a person is hurt or killed every 3 hours by a drunk driver.
People have been kind of swerving and stuff if on the highway. And it's scary.
The 3 departments will have 5 more officers on the roads, looking only for drivers under the influence. Some residents think it is a good idea.
More officers on the street is a help.
The extra officers will be driving on major roads throughout the communities looking for swerving vehicles and other signs of intoxication.
These are preventable. That's why we're trying to do everything that we can to get that message across.
The policemen aren't going out there to arrest you. They're going out there to protect you.
The campaign starts on the 21st and will go until September 7th.
All of the police departments urge people who have been drinking to get a ride home with a friend or to take a cab. And they also remind you that there are many other ways to get home after drinking besides getting in the driver's seat. Live in Wausau, Emily Thornton, Newsline 9.
What a beautiful day we have today. Probably the most remarkable thing was there was just not a cloud in the sky, just blue sky.
Yeah, it was very pretty out there and warmed up quite a bit after a cool start. So a nice day for sure. Let's see how things are shaping up tonight for the events outside. Once again, a really nice Wednesday evening. I think we've had about 4 or 5 in a row at least. Great for the concerts on the square and the gatherings there. And now we take you on to Marshfield. There it is, all the blue sky that Melissa was talking about. And temperature right around the low 80s at this time. The dew point 61 with a wind out of the southwest at 10. We're mostly in the lower 80s across the majority of central Wisconsin right now, including 81 in Merrill and Mosinee and Plover. It's as warm as 83 in Wisconsin Rapids at 85 degrees in Wautoma. Satellite radar view is showing the quiet weather. There were a few sprinkles that moved through far northeast Wisconsin over toward Door County this afternoon. And then as we widen this view out, notice there's some stronger thunderstorms rumbling through north central Minnesota. They are tracking to the southeast. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm watch up north of Brainerd through the evening hours. And we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Some of those remnant showers as they move southeast could clip a portion of our viewing area late tonight. But again, it's only going to be a small portion. Otherwise, a nice quiet evening as temperatures fall from the 70s down into the 60s, an overnight low of 62. With that small chance of a thunderstorm after midnight, mainly north of Wausau. I do have some fairly hot weather to tell you about when I come back.
Thanks, Tony. There's a developing story out of China where a huge explosion there has hurt hundreds of people. Police in the Chinese port city of Tianjin say at least 13 people died in the explosion sparked at a warehouse of dangerous materials. Chinese state media reports that between 300 and 400 people have been admitted to hospitals. It says the explosion shattered windows and knocked off doors from buildings in that area. You can look for an update on this situation. It's coming up on ABC World News tonight. In Forest County, one of the 4 men accused of beating a man for several days and then leaving him in the woods to die has been sentenced to 18 years behind bars. Prosecutors recommended that Justin Bay be sentenced to 16 years, but the Oneida County judge added 2. The judge also ordered a $40,000 restitution be paid. Bay previously pleaded guilty to 4 charges, including attempted homicide. The victim did survive that beating. New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell appeared in federal court today following the Deflategate controversy. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez brings us up to date.
Today, a Deflategate face-off in federal court.
Give him hell, Tom!
New England Patriots star quarterback Tom Brady going head-to-head against NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, fighting to have his 4-game suspension thrown out. The judge questioning the league's investigation, grilling the NFL about whether there's concrete proof that Brady was involved in deflating game balls used in January's AFC Championship win, saying he was having trouble finding evidence that Brady was part of a scheme or conspiracy, asking, is there a text in which Mr. Brady instructs someone to put a needle in a football? The league's lawyer responding, no.
Judge Berman was very clear that nothing could be read into what he was saying. But it was hard not to come away with a message that he was trying to deliver to the NFL that the league better soften up and engage in settlement talks or be prepared to face the consequences.
The NFL standing by its decision, claiming texts Brady sent after the game clearly indicate Mr. Brady's knowledge and encouragement of this activity, maintaining that under the collective bargaining agreement, Goodell had every right to issue and uphold Brady's punishment.
The judge urging both sides to reach a settlement. If they don't, they'll be back here in court for a public hearing a week from today. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
Thanks, Marcy. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is turning over the private email server that she used during her time as Secretary of State to investigators. The intelligence community believes 2 of 4 emails should have been classified. They are now listed as top secret. Last week, a thumb drive was turned over to the Department of Justice. Clinton's staff says it's the only evidence holding copies of thousands of her emails. GOP rival Jeb Bush took a stab at Clinton for her foreign policy record.
ISIS grew while the United States disengaged from the Middle East and ignored the threat. And where was the Secretary of State? Where was Secretary of State Clinton in all of this?
GOP candidate Donald Trump says Clinton is breaking the law with the emails. Governor Scott Walker says Clinton can't be trusted. And it's official, taxpayer dollars will go towards a new Milwaukee Bucks arena. Walker signed the bill earlier today. Taxpayers will pay $400 million over 20 years. Past and current team owners will pay for the rest. Supporters of the arena say it will boost Milwaukee's economy. Opponents say the only benefit will go to wealthy owners, cutting spending on infrastructure. The bill passed the state legislature last month with bipartisan support. Today we are saying farewell to a member of the Newsline 9 team. Wake Up Wisconsin anchor Nate Barrett has taken a new job in El Paso, Texas.
It's been an incredible station to work for, and a big, big thank you to all of the people in the community. I should have written something down, but 4.5 years ago I moved from Portland, Oregon, had no idea what I was getting myself into, but all of you have been so incredibly friendly and welcoming to the community. It's been a wonderful place to call home, and I'm always going to have such wonderful memories of my time in Wausau.
Congratulations and good luck to Nate. He will, of course, be missed, but a familiar face will take over his seat on the anchor desk. Our Rebecca Ribley will join Paige Halsey on Wake Up Wisconsin every weekday morning from 5 until 7, right here on Newsline 9. For the first Packers preseason game, of course, that is coming up quickly. It will be tomorrow night, and Newsline 9 is the place to be for all of the action. Our Packers pregame show gets underway at 6. Kickoff is set for 6:30, with the green and gold taking on the New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium. And then stick around for Newsline 9 at 10. We'll have complete postgame coverage. Newsline 9 is your official Packers station. A new study on homework loads will make young students happy, but it could cause concerns for parents. And as high school athletes get ready for the fall sports season, school districts prepare for possible injuries. On this Wednesday, taking a live look outside on the sky cam. It has been beautiful out there. Blue skies, warm temperatures. Tony has a look at what's ahead for us next in your Future Track forecast.
All your coverage in stunning high definition with Melissa Langben and Tony Schumacher. Newsline 9 at 5, your trusted resource.
Well, hope you've been enjoying the sunshine today across central Wisconsin. I'll give you another view of the Marshfield area where it's a nice balmy 81 degrees outside. Just so nice to get out and enjoy the weather this time of the year. And what we're going to do now is take a look at some viewer photos. We got some really nice ones that have come across the area today. So let's go ahead and get into that map now, and you'll see this. Look at this interesting shot that we have from Deb Oswald of Park Falls. Look at all these turtles sitting out on the log. Isn't that something? There must be 25, 30 of them. And she also captured a great scene out on Crystal Lake in Vilas County recently. So thank you for sharing that. Now, as far as the sky cams go tonight, besides the Marshfield one, notice how there's plenty of blue sky elsewhere. A few high-level cirrus clouds showing up in Land Lakes and Eagle River. But for the most part, it's going to be a fine evening to be out and about. Here's the satellite radar view across the upper Midwest, and it's very dry with the exception of that one pocket of rain up in northern Minnesota, which is tracking to the southeast. It's still unclear whether that will actually hit us. It appears that it might take a trajectory that would just miss us off to the west by about midnight or a little after, but we'll certainly keep a close eye on things. Now, tomorrow, there's a slight risk of severe weather dipping into Wisconsin, actually a marginal risk, which is a very low chance, but there could be 1 or 2 thunderstorms that pop up that could have a little hail or wind with it. We are looking at the hottest temperatures of the season so far, building in over the next 3 or 4 days. That chance of a stray thunderstorm tomorrow, then again Sunday. And it does look a touch cooler next week, more comfortable back into the upper 70s for highs. Today we hit 82 in Wausau, just slightly above normal, and the low was 53, which is actually a couple of degrees below normal. The sunset getting earlier all the time now at 8:10. Right now at the Wausau Airport, 81 degrees, the dew point 61 with a humidity of 50%, west-southwest wind at 11 miles an hour. It's 82 for Eagle River and Rhinelander. It's about 80 in Anago, 80 in Stevens Point, and 83 degrees in Wisconsin Dells. And the hot weather is really concentrated off to the west of us. Look at the Dakotas, 100 degrees right now in Bismarck and Pierre, and 85 in St. Paul. Cooler off to the east of us, some 60s and 70s showing up. Our airflow is coming in from the west-northwest the next couple of days, so it is possible we could crack 90 around here at some point tomorrow through Sunday, so we'll keep you posted on that. Notice on Future Track how this weather system comes through tonight and tomorrow with just a widely scattered shower or thunderstorm possible. And even after it passes going into Friday, it looks like it's going to be on the warm side. Temperatures could be up close to 90 across the area. 62 on the low tonight. Some clouds passing in, maybe a stray shower after midnight, especially in northern Wisconsin. Tomorrow's high right around 88, very warm and breezy, kind of humid. A chance of an isolated thunderstorm with a west-southwest wind up to 20. High of 87 in Minocqua and Antigo, about 88 for Merrill. And we'll hit about 91 in Necedah tomorrow, 89 degrees in Stevens Point. And right around 90 for the highs Friday through Sunday. Sunshine at times and a little thunderstorm on Sunday. That rain would end early Monday and we cool off into the 70s, Melissa.
Very nice. Thanks, Tony. Elementary students are taking on a heavy load of homework, more than the experts recommend. And high school athletes hit the field and schools get ready for possible sports-related injuries. As we head to this Live at 5 break, investors change their thinking on China's currency moves, inspiring a wave of buying, pushing up the S&P and NASDAQ. Although the Dow was flat, those are some of the closing numbers and local stocks as well. Welcome back. It's 5:19. High school sports, of course, are fun, competitive, but they can also cause injuries. And in recent years, school districts have started looking for safe ways to keep athletes injury-free. Martha Stewart has the story.
It's the first game for the freshman football squad at Fairfax County High School in Virginia, and already a player from the opposing team has broken his arm. It's a pretty serious injury, but he's in good hands. That's because the county has 2 certified athletic trainers at each high school in case an injury occurs.
They're there to provide comprehensive athletic health care for the entire athletic population.
As statistics point to a rise in avoidable deaths among high school athletes because of heat exhaustion, concussion, even cardiac arrest, more schools are looking at adding athletic trainers to their rosters. The trainers are taught to look for possible problems in young players before serious symptoms start to show up. And schools like Fairfax provide special training so they're ready for anything.
So there's an emergency action plan that coaches have for every facility that they're at, where they practice and as well as where they compete.
Athletic trainers are also experts away from home.
We do our best to contact the parent immediately upon any acute injury to make sure that they know what's coming home.
The Fairfax County model costs several $1 million a year, but many school districts across the country are looking at it as a way to protect their young athletes. For today's Health Minute, I'm Martha Shade.
A new study found elementary students are getting too much homework compared to what educators recommend. The worst case found first graders had up to 3 times the homework load suggested. More than 1,100 parents of children in kindergarten through 12th grade filled out questionnaires for that report. A new furry friend is up for adoption at the Portage County Humane Society. That's in this week's Pet Saver. And later, other animals are rescued and prepared for a second round at a Wildlife when Live at 5 returns. We're here at the Portage County Humane Society along with Dolores, and she has a beagle with her today.
Isn't it grand? We all love beagles. You know, they are the cutest things till, I'll tell you, even until they're old, they still look like puppies. We have Duke with us today. Duke is only 2.5 years old, and he's very well behaved. I was just playing with him. He knows his commands of sit and fetch and bring. Just a very, very nice boy. And he wasn't doing a lot of howling either, so.
A typical beagle howl.
Correct, yeah. So he is just a real nice dog, very well behaved. And obviously with more training, any dog is well behaved and the owners are happier then too.
And what are you thinking about in terms of a family for him? Any requirements?
I think, you know, he's pretty good. So obviously small kids with dogs are always, you know, a little problem. You know, we have to teach both the dog and the children how to react to each other all the time. He kind of does okay with cats, you know, just kind of so-so. But I think, you know, once they get into a home, their whole demeanor changes and they get to be more well-behaved usually too. So again, with proper training, you know, and a lot of love, good cookies. He will do wonderful in any home, and nice walks. He loves to go for walks. He walks very well on a leash. He's very well behaved. So I encourage anybody to come out and take a look at Duke.
Let's talk about his fee.
Right. It is $160 plus tax. That includes his neutering, all his shots. He got a flea and tick treatment, and then he gets that handy microchip upon adoption. So it's really a great fee for a lifetime of love with a wonderful pet like him, and he's going to be somebody's best friend, easy.
Yeah. Yawn there.
I did tell you that.
Well, thanks so much for letting us stop by today and showing us Duke.
Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. You're always so welcome here.
When we return, we will show you how Kenya is bringing awareness to one of the biggest animals on the planet.
Trump on the campaign trail, hitting Iowa, New Hampshire. Even after the debate clashes, he's still the front runner. What's his next move? Plus, the massive chemical spill, the EPA under fire as the water rushes downstream. Who's at risk? Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir.
Tonight at 6, we get a behind-the-scenes look at how original cream puffs are made, a Wisconsin State Fair favorite that many fair visitors look forward to each year. It is World Elephant Day, drawing attention to the mistreatment of Asian and African elephants. These are orphaned elephants in Kenya, and the elephants are taught to be wild again after suffering from abuse. So far, Kenya has rescued, rehabilitated, and released about 200 of the elephants back into the wild. They are amazing creatures.
Well, they sure are, and they're smart, too.
That they are.
I guess they can remember things for years and years. So we're going to be remembering this nice weather, Melissa. It's been a great spell of weather. We've had the sunshine, and it's going to stay mild tonight as temperatures dip back into the lower 60s. There is a small chance of a shower or thunderstorm after midnight, especially in the north part of the area. And the big story is the very warm readings, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s the next 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've seen 90. We talked about
could be our warmest of the summer right here.
Yeah, as we near the end of the summer, too. Yeah. Thanks, Tony, and thanks for joining us. We're back at 6.
Good night.